And good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Music for Gaming. Also, good morning, since it is in fact 7:30 in the morning rather than in the evening. But for those of you who are watching this in the evening, good evening. For those of you who are just waking the sleep sand out of your eyes, um, welcome. It's wonderful to have you here. Hope you're having a fabulous day. Let's see, what is today? Saturday. That's why I'm streaming at 7:30 in the morning, because this is what happens on Saturday. Because I'm up early. Um, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna get started playing some Minecraft. I don't know if I had any. I don't think I have any big stream altering announcements. So I guess we'll just dive in here to some Minecraft. All right, and here we are. Here we are back at the castle. Now, I have problems. All right, so I was playing with the walls, right? Remember this at the end of the stream on Thursday. And I was playing with the walls, trying to figure out what I wanted to do to add a little decoration, add some style, something a little subtle, because I've got these big shield things that stick on them, right? Which is great. And I wanted a little bit of something in the middle. Here's the thing, okay? And it's definitely the thing. You don't want to mess with the thing. Here's the thing. I think I want to make the wall taller. So I've got this, right? I've got these shields. I don't know what they really are, but that's what I'm calling them. Got these shields sticking up here like this, right? And they're great. But I don't. I want to be able to put something along the top of the wall. Like crenellations, machicolation. I can never say that word. Whatever they are, stuff along the top of the wall. The problem is, I can't do that. Wow. Good morning, spammer. How are you? Hope you, we'll just drop that ban right on there. Sorry about that. Whip that ban hammer out. Okay, so anyway. I was thinking bring this wall up so I can put some other things along the top. It's going to make the wall taller. Surprisingly, you put stuff on the top of the wall, it gets taller. Ooh, that's just how things work. But I think, I think I want to do that. The time to do that is now before I start putting the rest of the wall on, right? Or before I start messing with the decorations and all of that, right? It's just like, let's just go ahead and take care of this. All right, so wall. Uh-oh. Guess I should figure out how tall this needs to be then. I think up to about... this is going to be my day for falling on stuff. Jeez, nuggets, man. Actually, the problem is I've got haste and things going on. Oh, and thank you for that follow there, No Name. Welcome, welcome. Hope your day is going well. All right, very slowly getting all of these blocks placed. Eventually. All right, so let's take a look and see. Once I get this extended out this way, just a touch. is really nice to sometimes just be able to place blocks and not think about it. Okay. Yeah, see, that's going to be better. I wasn't expecting it to go super crazy, but I think that's going to be better because then I can put stuff along the top of the wall without worrying about this. Right? So on Thursday, right, I was trying to come out here and maybe put some stairs and stuff along, and I was running into issues because I would run into the side of this. And it was just a pain, and I think I can go bigger. Right? That's definitely a thing that can happen here. Right? That should be somebody's mantra. I can go bigger. Probably is. All right, so if I were to come up, say, along these lines with perhaps the right blocks, right, and then I could kind of swing in here with some of this action and probably some slabs in the middle. That might work. I kind of want to do a little something else on it too, but let's start there. Yeah, let's start there. And let's also maybe get the bounce on the bed there a little bit, which is also fun. Okay, so if I'm going to do that, oh, you know what I should do is actually get enough brick to bring this wall across this way just a little bit more. It's just like you do. Throw that in there, just because that's going to be annoying. Those two little blocks that I'm not using right now. All right, because basically what I want to do is I want to run this wall across so I'm coming around this corner a little bit. All right, so, it's just going to slide up and around this way. Right, just like this. All right. Now, these guys, they blend into the wall, which from the ground they actually won't. From up here they do. Which is fine. Actually, I think I want them to come out a little more anyway. I like being able to fly. I say that like every stream, but it doesn't make it any less true. Oh, cheese nuggets, Wolven! Oh, I'm flying. I know creepers aren't going to touch me up here. Good morning. How's it going? Hope you're having a fabulous day. Okay, so I'm awake. I was going to make myself some hot chocolate this morning. No, I guess I don't need that to stay awake now. Jeez, nuggets. That's it. I was watching you get fairy the other day, and it's like, oh yeah, this is hilarious. I'm glad I don't react quite that badly. Oh no, I totally do.
Okay. All right. Important safety tip. Thanks, Egon.
All right. Yeah. See, Also, thank you for those bits. I really should remember to say that. Okay, so here's the problem. Still morning. I've got the morning crud in my throat here. So the problem is when I start sliding out at angles like this, of course, everything goes funky. A little humor is a good thing. I'm a big fan of humor myself. Humor and movie quotes. That's bad puns. That's all right. Yeah. So uh, the angles here are a mess. Yeah, they suck on all numbers of levels. So here I am. I'm looking. All right, I'll use stairs. They'll stick out. This looks great. Right up until you hit here, which is this is part of the challenge I've set for myself on this. Aside from, hey, I want to build a really big castle, because castles are awesome and amazing. How do I get whatever I design here on the flat to come out along the angle? And I think I managed to get the shields working okay. Right? Obviously, it's a little different, but within the limitations of Minecraft, I think it's good. But how do I get all of this nonsense going on? So I think what I have to do is not use stairs, first of all, because unfortunately the angle with the way those stairs work just breaks everything. Okay, so that's step one. All the cool things that you do to make walls look better. I'm going to use wall instead of block. I'm going to use stairs. All of that goes right out the window the minute you start toying with angled walls. All right, let's flop down here. And actually, I've already got some. Let's grab some slabs. See, there's a reason why people just build at 90-degree angles, right? Pythagoras was a Minecrafter. All right, so because the ancient Greeks were totally into Minecraft. It was their jam. Okay, so that's not too bad coming out this way. I feel like kind of, yeah. All right. See, this is kind of okay, other than perhaps wanting to slide those over a little bit. Yeah, or they're just going to line up. Okay, that's cool. So then what I could do up on top of the wall. That's right. Pythagoras was absolutely a Minecrafter. Let's see. So then what I could do up here on these little dealy bobs as they stick out here, is I could just throw another block on them, which would be definitely a thing. And as I said earlier, you don't want to mess with the thing. Yeah. The angle is weird because you start getting diagonal and it stretches out the wall just a bit. Right here this is easy. There's 2 blocks in between. Here it's actually 3 because the diagonal gets you like a block and a half. Now, that's not to say I couldn't come in with a little bit of something anyway. Yeah, exactly. Play with the crenellations and all this nonsense. And just trying to get them all shaped. Again, I want the wall to look normal, right? I want this curve, right? You come from this, come to the 45, go to the straight again, just to look natural and relatively smooth, right? And playing with the crenellations is just messy. Right. Kill holes are definitely a thing. So, because what I could do, right, if I were to extend this out like this. Okay, now, right, so if I were to bring this way, and then maybe if I run these every 3. 1, 2, 3. It's a little bit wider, but it might work better. Especially as I come over towards these different angles and stuff. All right, so let's get, again, the issue is stairs are right out because of the cranky mess. 1, 2, 3. The aforementioned sucking turns. 1, 2. All right, so let's go ahead and take these slabs out. All right, so we'll take the slabs out. That's fine. Okay, the slabs are going to come in every other one, so I guess I'm just putting them right back. You know, like you do. And then if I go every 2 here, see, that spacing's about the same. Right? Look at that all coming through. So what I can do here, I could try dropping in some kill holes, right? You know, behind, you know, I don't know what it is about my total inability to actually place things. All right, that one I might skip. If only for the, because of the tower there. Now, putting the individual fence here isn't that big a deal, except where it is. Here, maybe, let's see. I have an ox. Hello, ox. Right. Because they just aren't going to line up. Well, fiddle widgets. I just make up my own expletives. It's so much more fun. Anybody could drop the F-bomb, but not everyone can drop a fiddle widgets. Okay, so what if I do it this way? And instead of putting it right under, I put it on the sides here. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is this. Yeah, right. Fiddle. Yeah, well, you know, it's funny. My dad is from Brooklyn. Okay, he grew up in Brooklyn. He was a street cop for 30 years. And now I'm just going every other one. Okay. And because of that, he described profanity. He said the F word in Brooklyn was not just an expletive. It was a noun, a verb, an adjective, a comma. You know, it pretty well covered just about everything. But he was also a parent and didn't want to swear around his young child. So, yeah, I grew up with lots of razzle-frats and fiddlesticks. Okay, see, that's too many. I mean, I guess it kind of works. If I continue this across like this, it just feels like it's too many little support things there. But I can kind of jam with it though. I guess it's not. I'll have to play with it some. But if I then come up here on the top, and let's get some more slabs. So many slabs. Those are not slabs. Those are stairs. I recognize them from their stair-shaped appearance. All right, so if I come up here with the slabs, right, bring them across this way. Now, these are really low crenellations, but whoop, come on, back up this way we go. But I think it's the haste that's throwing me off, right? I've got haste, and it, you know, the speed thing, and it just wiping me out. See, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. And it brings... It's a design I can continue across this way, which is good. I do have to come up with... Well, I suppose I can just drop that there. Or maybe bring it out this way. I'll have to play with this side, because it really feels like the wall should continue across here just a bit. Right? Just kind of feels like it should meander along that way a touch. Okay, that's not too bad. I still want to play with this. Now, the way I have it, skipping 2 blocks. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Now, if I continue the every other row thing like that, it goes up a little high. I'll have to refigure that out. Plus, I think I've got too much purple. Okay. I like the combination. I like the combination of the blue terracotta with the gray wall. There's just too much of it, especially now that the wall is taller. Right? Does that make sense? I certainly hope it does. It's 7:30. It's almost 8 o'clock. Nothing makes sense this early in the morning. All right, so someone posted a pic of their Minecraft hoarding design. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and just take this whole mess out. West Coast. I'm actually U.S. Mountain Time. It's currently 7:51. All right, so let's go ahead and bring this up this way. Yuppers. Okay, I'm just going to take out the concrete. Yep, yes. The mountain time zone. One of those forgotten time zones. Everything, you get a lot of stuff on, East Coast or Pacific, But Central and Mountain just tends to get clumped together like, nobody cares about them. Which, to be fair, is probably true. All right, so... Central there. Nice. Yep, I remember watching TV. It's yes, these shows, 6, Central and Mountain. Okay. And the issue is really, you get New York on the East Coast, you get LA on the West, you get Chicago, which is in the Central time zone, but for the most part, yeah. What's that? You get Chicago up there. You've got I don't know if they count as upper Midwest, but yeah, all that fun stuff out there. All right. So now I have sort of a blank slate here. So honestly, these crenulations are starting to grow on me a little bit. Way up there in Minneapolis, huh? Nice. Is that Minneapolis? Yeah. St. Paul and all that area. I used to be good at geography, and then I became an adult and didn't care anymore. You know how it is. I learned geography in school and then stopped caring. Okay, so this angle comes up. Now I have some blocks back behind here, which were mostly just to help with shaping and may come out, but it's also fine where it is. She's 2 hours. Oh, yeah, so I'm sure you're dealing with all sorts of fun, cold, and occasionally snow. All right. I basically just wanted to extend this wall out across across this way so I can see as it gets closer here. Yeah, my son's currently in Alaska. He's up Fairbanks region, and yeah, we get cold here on occasion. Once in a while, we'll hit that lovely -50. More regularly, it's -40 or -20, excuse me. When we hit a cold streak once, maybe during the winter. But yeah, it's a little different when you're up in those areas of the country that are always cold. Okay, so that's going to go across this way. We only have 2 more fences, but that's fine. There we go. Fences forever. All right, so here's the deal. We're back to Boring Wall. Welcome to Castle Boring Wall. Which I suppose is a thing I can do, I guess. But it's okay, but it is in fact boring. So, what to do? All right, now I did like the blue terracotta. Let's come out here, say 3 blocks from this. So 1, 2, 3, and let's start looking. Maybe in here. We just drop a couple of blocks there. I'm going to set them into the wall because I almost have to, dealing with the angle. And it looks fine and everything's great and all. Mobs won't spawn on it if there's nothing on for them to spawn on. So that's a plus. Oh yeah. It's like, I know I have a clock here somewhere. All right. 8:32 or 18:32, 35. Okay. I use a 24-hour clock constantly because all of my servers use 24-hour clocks. So you'd think I'd remember all of that stuff. Okay, so if I do... Nah, that's a little close. Let's bring this out a little bit more. All right, so let's see. So let's try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. And so this way, if that's the edge, so there's 3, 6, so roughly there. Okay. Yeah, 24 hours really nice at times, I mean, it gets man, so many years ago, I was a Red Cross volunteer. And we had a small crisis. The city water supply was poisoned with salmonella. Okay, we had a ground level water storage tank. Some critters managed to get into it and die. Honestly, if you could have things not die in your water supply, that's the way to go. Okay, having dead animals in your water supply, not ideal. Yeah, wasn't great. So we were without city water for a couple of months, 3 maybe. Anyway, so here I am, Red Cross volunteer, going to help out with things, and the person we had direct managing our response to it had said, okay, we fill out a log sheet, we call this stuff 24-hour times. Great. My watch is set on 24-hour time. I'm used to this. Didn't matter that, okay, it is now 2047 and I still said 8:47 because I'm so used to automatically translating that for everyone else around me who doesn't understand 24-hour time. It was amusing. All right, I think what I want to do, let's put in this terracotta. And you know how hard it is to find a watch that'll show both your local time and GMT or UTC? I have a smartwatch. I can change the faces, but so few of the faces actually want to do that. I freely admit I'm weird, but retired military. Yep. Well, ooh, this could be fun. So I'm going to fill this in with the terracotta. Nice. So what branch were you in? My grandfather was Navy back in World War II. I was toying with that option myself back in the day. Army, awesome. Yeah, my mother-in-law was in the Army as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because this is, let's see, because this is at an angle, it's 3 for 2, right? It's 3 blocks horizontal for every 2 blocks at a 45. Yeah, my mother-in-law was a programmer for the Army. I think this is where I want it to be. Let's drop a couple in there and just double take a look. Oh, nice. So you were in for a while. That's cool. Yeah, I think that's going to be good because there's this extra little bit of gray just because of the angle of the building and stuff. Nice. Yep. Well, 21 years will definitely do it. Yeah, I toyed with that for a while. Partly because I spent too many hours watching Top Gun. I thought, you know what? I'll go fly for the Navy. That makes sense. But I kind of grew out of that as I got into going through high school. The other issue is I'm too tall. So, I loved flying. I still love flying. I wish I could get a pilot's license and a plane and all that fun stuff. But the issue is I grew up in the 80s. I was going to fly Tomcats. That would be awesome. I'm 6 feet tall. You have to be like 5'10", I think, to fit into the cockpit of a Tomcat. I remember reading a story a few years after I'd graduated, something like that. It was like, of all of the actors in Top Gun, only Tom Cruise could actually fit in the cockpit of a Tomcat. It was one of those, oh, this is interesting. All right, so let's do this. Take out that one and that one. So the angles are going to be a little bit funky, but I think it's going to work out okay. All right. And then right in here, assuming, yeah. Yeah, I think this'll work. Random geometrics. That's the way to go. Basically, I just put a big target. Aim here. Lock targeting computers on this spot right here. Ooh. Yeah, I feel your pain there, too. Now, eyesight wasn't going to be a problem for me. My sister wanted to go Air Force. She was in ROTC. She was going through college. Her eyesight sucked. So, but they told her, okay, you can get LASIK. That'll fix your eyes. That'll be fine, which is great. But even with LASIK, they wouldn't let her fly. And so she said, well, if I can't fly, why the heck am I here? And then she realized she had asthma. And the Air Force said, yeah, that's not going to work for us, and gave her a medical discharge. Yeah, I'm wearing glasses now because I'm 43. I can't see things up close anymore, sort of. My distance vision, I have 20/15 eyesight. My distance vision is amazing. Because I've gotten older, I can't focus on things up close well anymore. It's like I sit here and read. It's like I'm playing trombone, trying to get the book focused in. So it's like, all right, I guess reading glasses are the way to go. Also, I think I want to make these things on the sides just a block taller. And I used to think it's funny. So my wife loves to watch the movie White Christmas. Um, every holiday season. It's a fun movie. Bing Crosby and um, Danny Kaye. I think, is it Danny Kaye? No, maybe I forgot who's there with him. But he sits there. It's like, did Automod hit one? Oh yes. Ah, there we go. So you repelled out of them. Apparently, it didn't like repelled. So I've got 3 different chat windows open. I've got my bot. I use Mix It Up as my bot, and that's where I read chat mostly. But it doesn't show the auto mods. I do have Twitch chat over on the side over here, but yep, I miss the auto mod on occasion. Yep. So thank you for bringing that to my attention. But I used to chuckle anyway watching White Christmas, and there's Bing Crosby. He said, yep, I'm playing trombone here a little bit myself. It's like, aha, that's funny. And then I started doing it. It's like, oh, okay, that's not funny anymore. It's like, you're old when you stop laughing at the laxative commercials. Like, oh, that's actually, I could use that perhaps. Okay, so that's not too bad. It's it definitely stretches the design just a touch as you hit the angle, but I think that's okay. And it's centered with those shields, which I think is going to be fine. And it gives a little bit of texture. Then if I come through and scruff up the walls a little bit, right? So I throw in some cracked stone, maybe some plain stone or smooth stone blocks, just to break up the pattern of the stone brick here a little bit. Right, you can see like where this andesite, this was the natural part of the hillside, right? It just adds some texture, some character to the walls. Throw that in there, sort of mess that up just a touch. I think that's going to be fairly good. And I like that. Just gets a little bit of color and texture and interest to an otherwise boring wall. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and stretch this guy out. Yep, it's interesting sometimes to see how life changes, right? I went to college to be a math teacher, right? When I graduated from high school, I loved math. I had some amazing teachers. I want to be that. I want to be that high school math teacher that everyone loves. Or even if you hate them, they're really good and fabulous. So I got to college, rocking my straight A's in math all through high school. This is going to be awesome. And I get to calculus. Now, calculus, from the Latin calc, meaning math, and ulus, meaning which is hard. And it sucked. And I went through it. It's like, okay, I struggled through the first semester, but I figured, okay, it's college. It's supposed to be hard. And ended up with a D in second semester calculus. And I looked at this and said, okay, now this isn't just hard. This really stinks. What the heck, man? Of course, I probably used stronger language back then because, well, no, I kind of stopped swearing in high school. But so I that made me rethink the whole math thing. And then I think it was the second semester of that. Ooh, yeah. Teachers who can't teach are definitely a problem. Of course, I was looking, I think Boom Sprite was in the chat here last week talking about how they're teaching math now, and it's like, this doesn't make any sense at all. You joined the army, so you'd have to count. Well, it's an army of one, so you don't have to count any higher than that, right? I was also a musician. I don't have to count higher than 4. All right, so get that in there. Get those crenellations in. I need to come back in with the spruce fence. That's doing okay. But yeah, so I realized math sucks. And then I was tutoring for a semester. So I changed my major slightly. I went from being pure math or math education. That's right, string bass. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2. I played flute. I was in band. I played flute, which worked out well for me because that's how I met my wife. But I was telling a story and totally. Oh no, yeah. So I was tutoring, and I'd gone through a programming class. I think I decided I was going to teach computers. It's okay because I enjoyed programming. I liked computers. It was good. And here I am. I'm tutoring Intro to Computers, which was a required class at the time. Okay, so that's going to go that way, I think. Yeah, because then those slabs come out like that. And I'm teaching these poor teachers. They're coming back. They're either to renew a teaching certificate or to get their first teaching degree. These are non-traditional students. A lot of them were older, had no clue about computers, didn't want to use computers, had no desire to be in the class, and I hated teaching them. I decided then I didn't want to teach people who didn't want to learn, and I realized that that's what high school was completely about. Plus, I went to a meeting hosted by the NEA, the National Educators Association, which is the National Teachers Union. And their whole spiel was you have to join the union so that when your students inevitably sue you for sexual harassment because you failed them in a class, we'll pay for your lawyer. And I looked at all of this stuff and realized I don't want to teach. I think teaching is not the career for me. And it wasn't. Turns out I had an opportunity a couple of years ago to adjunct a couple of classes for the local university. It's not that one. Not the furnace either, turns out. So I taught a couple of classes in systems administration. Also learned, still don't want to teach students who don't want to learn, but that wasn't an issue, fortunately, in that class. But I also learned that I guess it's okay. Also learned that all of the paperwork that goes into teaching sucks. And you think students have it bad? You should try being a teacher. They have way more paperwork. And it's not fun paperwork. Let's change this. Take this one out. And this one out. And you think you don't like taking a test. The teachers certainly don't like grading them either. So, okay, see, that's not too bad. I can get with that. Now, I might do a little bit more along the crenellations here. Yeah, your daughter's a teacher. Awesome. Yeah, I know several teachers because the school I went to was primarily a teaching college. That's what they did. And so I've got a lot of my friends were teachers, and my friends with some of the professors on campus. Like, yep, they don't look forward to finals week any more than the students do. All right, so what's it? 1, 2, and then this block. I think right there. Just double check, but I'm fairly certain that's correct. So there's the double, 2 blocks, and then the concrete goes here. Yeah, I think that's right. So I mean, I have the utmost respect for those who choose to make teaching their calling, but dude, that is not for me. It was really cool that I got that opportunity to teach because I actually like to teach. I teach Sunday school class in church when we actually can go to church, um, and it's fun. I actually enjoy it. I enjoyed the actual teaching part of it, but all of the paperwork that goes with actually teaching classes that actually matter to students, they get grades. Yeah, all that paperwork is not for me. So I went into systems administration. That works. Yeah, but that was the other thing. I was getting a degree in computer science. So okay, because again, computers are awesome. And okay, those are in the wrong place. It's nice of the Enderman to voop at me and tell me you did that wrong. But yeah, I figured, oh, I'll be a programmer because that's what I'm learning to do. Yeah, that's not where my career ended up. For the best, I think, because boy, programming gets boring in a hurry. I like to do it, but man, it gets boring. Yeah, it makes sense. It's again, I utmost respect. You know, serious, serious mad props for all of those who make that their calling. But man, it is so hard. There's the old you're a program developer. All right, cool. But yeah, let's see.
And I love you, random citizen.
Hey, Sprite, how's it going? All the jump scares happening today. Welcome, welcome. All right, so we'll just slap those in there like that. All right, all right. And then this wall comes out here. Come on. Yeah, my problem with programming, and I love to do it, honestly, but I get really tired of programming on the same app for day after day. Ooh, nice. Well, congratulations on sleeping. I guess I'll grab 2 stacks. It's all good. Okay. So we'll get those. It's always nice to be able to sleep, you know? Okay, so yeah, so that's looking okay. It's looking okay as it sort of wraps around. Now, it's going to get funky as the wall moves up this hill. But that's all right. In fact, what I might do is not even warp the wall. I might leave it the same height and just let the bottom of the wall take it. Not unlike letting your knees absorb the impact of a fall. Yep, well, I'm out of stone. Funny how that works. Okay, so nice. Yeah, so I hope things are going with you, Sprite. Oh, working with the kids. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Well, that was the one fun thing. I'm a morning person. My wife is a night owl. So when it came time to dealing with kids, because they get up, especially when they were little, before they had school or anything to worry about, they just got up when they got up. So I was one who was up with them in the morning. You know, and if we had late nights and things like that, that was what my wife did. And it was really nice when my oldest was little. She'd wake up twice when she was newborn. She'd wake up twice in the middle of the night. And so I'd get early bottle duty, and my wife would get the late bottle duty, because then I'd be up earlier and then she could sleep in, you know. Now my kids are all teenagers. They don't care anymore. Try to bottle feed them. They get really cranky. It's a joke. I don't try to bottle feed my kids. Can't keep those kids in pizza, though. I mean, they go through pizza. So typically, like, we'll make frozen pizza on occasion. And there are 4 of us now, since my 3 older kids are out of the house. So we'll make up 3 pizzas because that makes sense. And yeah, it's like, yep. My daughter eats, you know, most of a pizza, or actually all of a pizza by herself, the older of the 2. Yep. Gotta love it. Okay, you know, this is going to work out okay, I think. Now, this hill that I'm building into, I think I was going to convert into some form of tower or other. But yeah, I think the way this wall is coming around, yeah, I think I'm off. How am I off? Am I off? All right. Have fun, Wolfen. Thanks for stopping by. And seriously, thanks for all the bits and stuff earlier. You are super awesome. All right. So, you know, as I'm looking at those X's, I was thinking maybe I want to move them up, but they actually line up with the shields. So, I don't know. Yes, well, I look forward to it so I don't jump it out of my chair again. All right. Yeah, because those are the catch with the shields is they push down almost beyond the wall into the hillside. All right. Well, as the hill moves up, I'll certainly move those axes up to deal with it. All right, cool. So let's take a look and see what this action is going to look like. So we've got, well, brick. Okay, so we got some stone brick coming up this way. All right. Now, I could just tear that out, but which honestly wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. Because I do kind of feel like there should be a couple of towers in here just for reasons. It's a castle. You have towers on a castle. That's how castles work. I've seen movies. I think I'm just going to take this hill out, though. Which is nice, because I need some more spruce. Goodbye, spruce. You were lovely and beautiful once. I feel that way about my car sometimes. Yeah. It was lovely and beautiful once. Back in the day. This is what happens. You own a 20-year-old car. Oh, geez, like 4-year-old car, 25-year-old car now. All right, so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just tear out this little section of hill, I think. I kind of like the idea of sort of building some towers in here in places. Oh, and I'm out of range of my haste. Oh, well. So take out some of this stone. Actually, I'm going to leave a lot of the stone here. I'm just going to take out the excess, obviously the dirt. But I'm going to take out the excess and kind of let it do its thing, you know? You need a legit jump scare to use your biddies. Oh yeah. Well, I don't have a I think the closest I have, I've got a creeper sound and I've got a ghast sound in the the tickets. Yeah, I haven't put, and I've thought about that. It's like, do I want to put creeper sound in the as a ticket redemption? And part of me says, oh yes, that would be cool. And part of me says, I don't want that. Yeah. All right. So this wall is going to come up this way. Right. Wall slides up there like that. This goes down and around and around and down. Run out of ground at the edge of town. For all of you C.W. McCall fans out there. All right. Yes, for those of you who have never heard the song Wolf Creek Pass, it is a little lame and cheesy. It's old style Western. It's not even country, it's Western. It's a trucker song, you know. But I never quite understood it. And then I drove over Wolf Creek Pass. It's like, I understand this song now. Yes. Okay. All right, so now, yeah. Oh yeah, Convoy's a fun one too. Convoy's fun. Convoy 2 less so, but I mean it's okay, but Convoy was all sorts of fun. I grew up, this is I can't remember if it was my mom, my stepdad, one of the two. They had a mixtape and it had Convoy and had Wolf Creek Pass. Because, you know, I live in Colorado. That's where Wolf Creek Pass is. You know, I've been over it a few times. And they've straightened it out just a little bit since those days when he wrote the song. They put in a tunnel at a couple of places and helped deal with some of the worst parts of it. But the thing still looks like a malaria germ. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Should be around. Yep, and it pretty well describes driving down a mountain pass pretty well. All right, so just hop up here. Oh, I've had some nasty trips over passes. One of the worst was I was coming back from visiting my in-laws. I think it was before my wife and I were married, and at the time, my father-in-law to be was living in Idaho. So we were coming back to Colorado. We were going to stop in Denver where my dad was living at the time, and I said, okay, we're coming over Jackson Pass. You know, it's sort of on the eastern side of, or eastern side, obviously it's the border of Idaho, it's eastern side of Idaho. At Jackson Pass, it's sort of the western edge of where Yellowstone National Park is and a number of those things, right? Oh yeah, that makes all sorts of sense. I heard a little bit of Willie Nelson. My dad was into him a little bit, but yeah, I heard heard CW, heard some Willie Nelson. Yeah, my parents weren't quite as much into the old country and western singers. My mom was all about the 50s and 60s rock. 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 50s It was all the oldies. So for me, it was Elvis and the Supremes and Beach Boys and that type of thing. But yeah, it was coming around down Jackson Pass, which is like a 10% grade. It was snowing, it was nasty, and I was in a Geo Metro. Now, if you've ever seen a Geo Metro, it's like somebody... I can't even describe this in a way, but if you had to pick a car to go over a pass, you could not pick a worse car than a Geo Metro. It was a No, I had the big one. I had the 4-door. Well, no, it was still the 3-cylinder engine, so it had the horsepower of a rubber band car. You know, you wind it up. My dad called it a Rolls Canardly. And it rolls down one hill, can hardly make it up the next. And oh yes, your grandmother got you into the Beach Boys and stuff. Nice. Yep. It's that moment when I think back. It's like, okay, the oldie station that my mom listened to was music from 20 and 30 years before. And I look back now, and that's the 80s. I now feel really bad about calling that station oldies. But oh yeah, I think I ended up with probably a half dozen Beach Boys cassettes, because again, 80s. All right, I need more Stone. Fortunately, I cooked up a lot of Stone, and I'm going to be hollowing out a lot more, so this is not going to be too bad. But yeah, it was a little crazy. Oh right, yeah, and I think they've officially defined oldies as the 50s and 60s. Some of them will branch into the early 70s, but yep. So that's what my parents got me into. I was never around my grandparents, so I don't. Because yeah, I grew up in Colorado. My grandparents were either in New York or South Carolina. So you know, it was not. I wasn't around them much. Yeah, and then for me, it was, 80s pop, rock, that type of stuff. Never got into the metal. Obviously it was 80s. Hair bands were everywhere. I never really enjoyed them much. I think Bon Jovi was about as close to the harder rock that had come out at the time that I really got into. All right. So I feel like I need to put a shields in the middle of this hill, but it's going to be too tall. Let's see. The problem with designing a big emblem to go on the building is now it fits great where the land is low, less great where it's high. So I think I'll definitely be putting one over here. All right, so this is gonna be funky. Yeah, but I got into some of the some of the. I don't necessarily want to. Some of it was rap. Some of it was mostly dance stuff. Oh yeah. I think that's a good thing though, having some grandparental influence. Because there's just an entirely different generation, different experiences that are sometimes really awesome to be exposed to, And then sometimes they're racist bigots, and you kind of want to avoid that. But for the most part, grandparents can be awesome and cool. And sometimes there's a. All right, is he selling anything useful? Probably not, but yeah. furnaces and stuff. Bunch of player heads, of course. Oh, a bucket. Well, that's not gonna. All right, you are officially useless. All right, but yeah, so it was. Yeah, so some of the stuff like CNC Music Factory and Marky Mark, when Mark Wahlberg was still trying to do the whole singer thing. A little bit of DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. But definitely was not into, so like the Run DMC and stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's see my parents divorced early. Um, I was 2, I think. But they had moved to Colorado explicitly to get away from their parents, which was probably a good idea. Okay. Yeah, Elytra. They're kind of cool. I think I'm gonna. Do I have explicitly have a box of dirt over here? I don't think so. Yep, that would be a nope. All right, so congratulations, you've been promoted to box of dirt. Yeah, my parents hated each other, so it was. They were the less they were together, the happier everybody was. But yeah, it was interesting, the different influences, right? For my dad, it was like westerns and war movies, and then several weird comedies, sci-fi, that type of thing. My mom was also into the sci-fi and fantasy, but mostly through hers where I got my taste for musicals. So it was just like, all right, fun, how it all splits out. Yeah, my mom and my wife, when she was growing up, similar thing. Her parents split up early. She, as her mom remarried, of course, she was bouncing around for a while. I don't remember why, but she ended up living with her grandmother. I think it was because her mom moved and she wanted to stay where she was at to finish school. So she ended up living with her grandmother for a while. Okay, so I think what I want to do, I'm going to go ahead and build up this wall, and I want to try to port that shield design over here and see how it goes. Said putting it on the flat was easy. Putting it on the 45 was a little bit of a challenge. Putting it on this this weird angle, it's going to be another breed of challenge, which is part of the idea. As I'm trying to improve slightly as a builder. Kind of want to push myself with some of these angles and stuff. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. It's sometimes that's why I think children, well, divorce when there's children around suck. The visitation schedule I had was annoying. My parents hated each other. Even those rare times, like when occasionally they'd both come to my band concerts when I was in school. My mom never came to my football games. She said she hated seeing her little baby get run over, which I can understand that now as a parent. But I feel really conflicted when my son was testing for Taekwondo. It's like, okay, I don't want to cheer for him to beat up on people. I also don't want to see him, see people, punching into my son. So it's like, all right, I'm just gonna sit here and, you know, there was one fight I felt it so bad. He and this other girl were testing for their red belts, and so they're sparring. It's full contact sparring. They're padded up, right? So it's, you can't punch the face, you can't, right? Basic tournament type rules, but it's a 2 minute go at it. And I don't want to cheer for my son to hit her because I try to teach my kids, especially my son, don't hit girls. Teach my girls not to hit girls too, but there's just the general don't hit people. But yeah, my parents, those rare times they would come to they both come to a concert or something and they'd run into each other. It's like you could feel the hatred boiling off of them. I'll tell you, dealing with my wedding, because my wife's parents are sort of in the same boat. So here we are. We're trying to get married, right? Joyful time for us. We're excited. And it's like, okay, let's try to figure out a seating chart so that my parents aren't next to each other. It was actually the receiving line. It's like, all right, how do we set this up so my parents aren't next to each other and her parents aren't next to each other? And yeah. Fortunately, that's mellowed a little bit for them since... oh, yeah. Compete for the favorite part. Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, that's... And I never really got that much from my dad. My mom I think she felt guilty. Because when my parents split, I was 2.5. My sister was newborn. So when they divorced, they ended up, my dad got custody of me and my mom got custody of my sister. And I think that rankled. That, I just realized this stone brick looks like the Mandalorian mask. This is the way. All right. So anyway, yeah, so I think she felt guilty that she ended up, it's like, I don't know, that she wasn't raising me or something. And so she was always trying to turn me against my dad in some way or trying to convince me that, oh, you can get custody and choose to come live with me instead. You can declare yourself independent. And oh, that sucked. It was the one time in one period of my life where I was truly feeling suicidal, which I don't recommend. Seriously, if you're feeling that way, get help. My mom was looking at leaving Colorado and moving east, and the pressure she put on me to try to move out with her was intense. Because no child should have to choose between their parents. Boy, this is a happy, upbeat stream, isn't it? Yeah, it was not good. I don't think I ever told my mom how messed up that was. But yep, so it was yeah. See, and it sucks. It really sucks. And I wish I could say, I mean, I don't try to put this, I don't want to say I don't believe in divorce. It's all things in a perfect world. Parents stay together forever and are genuinely happy. Can't speak today. Oh yeah. But there are definitely times where, you know what, this just doesn't work. And I'm going to need some more slabs. And when kids get caught in the middle of all that, it is horrific. It really is. I think I'll go ahead and just Slab them all. Slab them. Slab them all. Shall cut you in half and use you to build my castle. Okay, yeah, since, the stream wasn't dark enough, we'll just go with that. Yeah, so, yeah, all things being equal. But, man, there are just times when they just can't live together, and then you get kids involved. Man, that just makes everything worse. So, given the history, both from, so my dad was divorced twice. My wife's mom was divorced several times. Married and divorced. It's hard to get divorced if you don't get married. So there's a great line in the movie Shall We Dance with Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. They've ended up in a weird... It's one of those weird comedy situations where the world thinks these two dancers are married. And they can't convince anyone they're not married because it's it's a secret marriage. They're just saying that type thing, right? So what they decide to do is go to New Jersey, get married, and then get divorced a couple of hours or the next couple of days later, whatever the statute of limitations is on marriage in New Jersey. That way they can say, "Oh, see, look, we actually got divorced and it's okay." So they're talking to the clerk there in New Jersey. He says, "So, excuse me, what are grounds for divorce in this state?" It's like, marriage. Okay. It used to be a thing too, I think, in Las Vegas, because in a lot of parts of the country before no-fault divorce was a thing, right? Las Vegas was a no-fault state, so people were really worried about. So they wouldn't be friends with anyone until they'd been in the state for more than a couple of months and past that, "Oh, we're just here to get divorced" thing. Oh, right. Oh. I hate that. Oh, man, I feel for you there, Sprite. Well, your dad just... I used to listen to a lot of Weird Al Yankovic when I was growing up because he's hilarious, and I loved it. But he had a song on one of his albums called Trigger Happy, and my mom took it as an opportunity to, when she heard it, to go blasting my dad because he was a cop and he's a big fan of guns, and it didn't. I hated it. So yes, if you're getting divorced and you have kids, don't bring them into your fight. Okay, so this is gonna... Let me just get these blocks in here first. Then I'll get the slabs in to put in the crenellations. Because, yeah, it just messes up the kids, man. The one divorce I had no problem with. So I said my dad was divorced twice. My stepmother was... she was bipolar, and it ended up being very unhealthy for her and her relationship with my dad and for us as children. So I was really happy when she left. Oh, yeah, and they would send messages through you. Yeah, that sucks too. Aha! The trader with the magical yo-yo llamas. So boingy, boingy, boingy. Gotta love the yo-yo llamas. All right. Yeah, because then the idea, don't shoot the messenger. They're all upset at the message. The only one to take... they almost want to take it out on the kid when they hear it, you know? I, you know, I, I don't know why. This is just hilarious. I'm just here. Let's lighten the mood of, well, we're talking divorce and guilt trips on children and all that stuff. And oh, look, here's this wandering trader with yo-yo llamas. Yeah. All right. So yeah, so this is the edge of the castle. That wall is going to turn. Let me bring this out one more block, and then look at building. We'll build a. I'll build another shield out on this. Oops, that goes there. Build another shield out on this wall, which is going to be fun. I'll have built the same pattern 3 different times. Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah. I mean, see, I was fortunate. My stepmom was a hot mess. And that was 100% a mental health thing. And I didn't understand it growing up. I just couldn't figure out why she was so inconsistent. And it's because she was bipolar, and that had its own effects, right? I'm just going to spread stuff all over boxes everywhere. But my mom and stepdad, they're still together. They're hopefully, if everything goes well, they'll see their 40th anniversary next here in a few months, I think, which is awesome. All right, where did I put? There they are. Slabs, fence, stairs, blocks. I had blue concrete. Do I have more of it, or am I going to have to go back to storage? I'm going to have to go back to storage. But yeah, that can... Yeah. Divorce is a mess. Said in a perfect world, it would never happen. All right. Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing, right? Oh. The thing is, I'm pretty much out of blue concrete. Well, that's unfortunate. Let me see if I've got any left here from when I was building this, but I think that's what I was working on. Nope. Yeah, that's some plants and stuff. Great. All right, well, let's jump back to the project for a minute so I can drop off these bricks. And I guess I need to go craft up some concrete. And just drop this stuff all off. I'll even put the terracotta in there for now. Just since I need to go pick all of this stuff up in a minute anyway. Yeah, so it's... I said things tend to work out better, I think, for everyone involved when couples can stay together. But which is why I think marriage is such an important thing to take seriously, you know? All right, so let's jump back here to storage. Yes, see, that helps too. When you can find a couple of people that to really be that example of, oh, hey, yes, this is what a healthy relationship looks like. Okay, apparently I'm still sorting quartz. Cool. Which is why I'm getting frame rate drops, because I don't have Optifine installed or running with this, and it doesn't like those light updates. All right, so let's jump I'm jumping all over the place, but this is where I happen to have a bunch of lapis for blue dye. Yeah, so I don't think I had a bunch. Oh, yes, lapis. Haha. Success. And a little crafting table of action here. And I need blue concrete powder. Apparently that's all I get to make. Wait a minute. Hey, do you have some more lapis I could borrow? Thanks. How about you? Fabulous. And you? Great. What about you? Okay. Cool. All right, we'll just turn all of that into dye. Wonderful. Okay, so just slap that dye back there. Throw those emeralds there. That's my stock of. Hey, I need to buy something real quick. Where's my cauldron? Oh, right. Sure. Okay. All right, I guess I'll grab some iron. Because, you know, crafting table. There we go. It's hard to craft stuff without a crafting table most of the time. It's weird how that works. All right. Oh, that's right. I took this one out because of all this stuff. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Sometimes if you can just get that example, it can be really nice. Okay, that was weird. Guess I actually have to get in the in the water. And wow, this whole concept of being able to speak without choking on your own spit is definitely a problem I've got today. All right, fine. We'll do it this way. So, oh, I've got one more. Now, I've seen some cool builds, too, that use concrete powder for textures and stuff. But nice. Nice. Yeah, that's... My mom and stepdad said they've been together 40 years. But my wife and I have had the longest relationship of any of our parents. And I think my sisters, it's interesting. Well, they haven't necessarily been my oldest. I'm the oldest in my family. So the oldest of my sisters got married a few months ago, but she'd been with her boyfriend for, I don't know, 10 years, 15 years before that. They've been together a long time. They only just decided to get married. Next sister been married. They've been married for a while now, 10 or 12 years. My baby sister, she got married, I don't know, about this a few years ago, certainly. I guess it's only 3 o'clock. It's a little early to be sleeping. So yeah, it's and they've been together for a while. Ah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Oops, go pick up my stuff here. Yeah, when my middle sister and her husband were living in Colorado, Colorado's laws on common law are really loose, and they didn't want to be married. Right? They wanted to be together. They didn't want to be married. So they were very careful about how they referred to each other, because if they ever referred to each other as accidentally as being married, they because they've been living together long enough, they would be. Yeah, it's. I don't think it's quite that crazy, but it could have been. So yeah, and I don't know like what Canada's laws. Of course, Colorado, actually, the United States in general, because it's the states govern their own laws on marriage and stuff. It gets. Yeah, it varies between each state. All right, so let's see now. All right, so this is at block 71. See if I have a block 71 over here. Yeah, this one. So yeah, it looks like right. So yeah, right around here. So in either of these two blocks, I'm gonna go ahead and put two walls down, but and I can carve out. So I think what I want to do, I think I want to center it here. I'm going to center the shield right there, like that. Great. Take out some of the stone here. All right, cool. So this is where the shield is going to start growing up. And it's going to grow up into be embedded in that wall. Okay? Wonderful. So look at sunset, which is, pretty and fun, and try to figure out how the heck I'm going to do this. Ah, okay. Yeah, I can see that. Well, in Canadian law, of course, it's based heavily on British common law, which has its own, long history of all that stuff. Yep. So, I'm going to need a couple of other things here while I do this. I need, I need some polished blackstone wall, not the brick, the plain blackstone. Also need some just polished blackstone. Because of the way this wall is going to turn, this wall I used the blackstone wall to continue the texture, right? To give it a little depth between the concrete and the honeycomb. With this wall over here, because it's at an angle, I use the blocks because the depth, the angle of the wall gives it the depth, and the walls don't, just the wall blocks wouldn't catch correctly. And that was the wrong thing to do. Ah, there we go. Honeycomb. Sweet. Though honeycomb is not nearly as sweet as Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Looking for a really sweet cereal. There you go. All right, so let's go ahead and start tearing out this wall. All right, so now here's where things get funky in translating this whole mess. I forgot what the thing looks like. It's a thing. I should take a picture. So the honeycomb comes up in the middle, but I've got 2 blocks of gray behind it, and then the blue is the third block. Okay. Cool. I can figure this out, right? Sure. So there's the 2 blocks of gray. Okay, and then the blue is going to come in back behind here. Oh, 7 days before you went to labor. Okay. Okay. I guess that makes some sense. Okay, so I think these need to come out. All right. I'll just use this gravel block. This will work. I just need to fill in here. That gravel is going to work great for that. Okay, so the blue is going to step in that way, and I think it's going to step this way. And just for the sake of actually clicking on blocks. There we go. Ah, yes, that definitely helps. Okay. All right, so now this... Yeah, these gravel blocks need to become bricks, like that. That's... Right, because that's where the wall goes. Now, I think I need... Definitely I need to take out a bunch of this stuff around here to get this blue in. Yeah. Yep. Marriage is weird. I mean, it's a good thing. I like it, but man, it's dealing with it is weird. Okay. Okay. Yeah, well, it makes sense. If you're going to define that as being a spouse, it doesn't make a lot of sense to... yeah, this way. Doesn't make a lot of sense to divide it up, you know? This is the definition of a spouse. Well, congratulations, you meet that definition. Okay, now this goes all the way up. Oh, it used to go to the top of the wall. It doesn't now because of the shape of the wall. Okay. All right. How tall is it? Today on Counting with Pearl Stalkers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Great. Yeah, when my wife and I got married, she was also pregnant. As much as I'm a proponent of, chastity within marriage or chastity outside of marriage and fidelity within it, wasn't a big practitioner of that myself when we first got married. But we had insurance. We had to have health insurance to go to school, so we were both on the school insurance at the time. So that helped pay for our daughter when she was married, when she was born. All right, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But for those first several years of our marriage, yeah, we didn't have any sort of health insurance, anything like that. So that was its own special breed of fun. Okay. All right, so there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, counting. Yeah, it's an interesting thing. Now we had, for various reasons, we used a midwife for our youngest 3. And that was significantly cheaper than dealing with it in a hospital. And I think it was a better experience because my wife had our first 3. We've had 6. For those of you playing the home game, we've had 6 kids. Our oldest died in a car wreck, which sucks. But never sleep and drive at the same time. It doesn't work out well for anybody. Okay, so yeah, I think this is going to be the brick as well. The joy of dealing with the angle. Cool. All right. Get over that wall. But what she just... Yeah. See, that makes perfect sense. But what my wife discovered is she hates doctors. Right? And it's because she had a series of just not great doctors. They didn't listen to her. She didn't... Like, their attitude was, I'm the doctor. I know everything. What you actually feel your body doing is irrelevant to my knowledge. Which was not a not an approach she liked in her caregiver, you know? Need those as well. So she, one of these is, maybe, you know, I should, yeah, maybe label these or something. I don't know. Color code them or something. Okay, so I've got plenty of those. I've got some of those. Got that. I think I've got all the blocks I need here. But yeah, so the midwife ended up being significantly cheaper for us. But we went with a midwife just because it was a better experience for my wife, which was, I figured she's the one having the kid. She can make the decisions about what her care should be like. You know what I mean? Should OB freer. Okay. Yeah, because the midwife, with the midwife, the focus was more on my wife, her, how she was feeling, her experience with the, actually, you know, cheese nuggets. I have to. Oh, actually, do I? I don't. I might have to move this back. I made this mistake in the last one too. Yeah, because with doctors, this was my wife's complaint, is with doctors, pregnancy is a disease. Okay, that's not technically how they deal with it, but they treat it like it's an illness. Everything involved with the birthing process is a disease. And so because they treat it that way, there was a lot of stuff that was really, really funky. Okay, this is funky because of the way this wall comes out, right? So this blue is inset into the wall, right? That's the idea, right? That's what's happening over here. But because of the shape of this wall, it's inset, but the wall comes out, and so it doesn't. It's actually concrete ends up flush with the bricks here, which is a little messed up. But yeah, what my wife discovered is that midwives treat childbirth like, hey, this is a natural process, and you as the mother are sort of important to this process, and what you feel is kind of important to this process. And yeah, it was a much better experience for her. For me, I just basically stood around and let her get on with things, because I'm not the one having the kid, you know. So all right, so the stairs facing out, because we get these little wingy dealy loopy things coming up here. I'm all about the technical terms today. It's I get another edition of Architectural Digest. I don't know why I'm getting copies of Architectural Digest, but I am. And yeah, they're pretty well convinced that I do stuff with architecture, but I don't think they are defining what these decorative wing dealy bobs are. So okay, so this is going to come up that way. Now over here we get the angle. Oh, right. You never did measurements? Okay. That's just wrong. That's just part of the process. Even if it's, how big are you getting? Right? You measure the outside. It's a tape measure. It takes 5 minutes. And that includes the time to get the tape measure out of the bag. All right. Yeah. Yep. So it's, yeah. You get those types of things like, man, this is, something should be happening here, right? I should be knowing. because then that ends up being an estimate of the weight combined with your own, of course, weight gains and things like that. Okay, now I think I forgot. Was this 1 block or 2? Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Our first. Okay, it looks like it's 2, and then the stairs. We had our first 3 in the hospital, and so we kind of knew the drill at that point. But man, it's you get a bad doctor, or the doctor who doesn't listen, and it really screws up everything. Okay, so I think this is going to go here like that, and this goes here like that. Okay, and that gives us that little chevron thing there, and then we get some fence coming up. Yeah, bring that iron fence in that way. Okay, so now I get to do the reverse basically up here, except that it's a little bit longer, I think. All right, so basically it comes in. Oh, that actually sits higher up, so I might be too low. So 1, 2, 3, and then the fence, and the 4th one hangs over the blue. Okay. Okay, so this is in the wrong place, which is fine. Okay, so one of these hangs over the blue like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then those go up there like that. Cool. So now these stairs, I think, go that way. And this way. Right? And then I think this, because the top one is a little bit longer than the bottom one, which is actually by design. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 1. Hey, stone bricks are a little weird to count. 1, 2, 3. And then the stair. Okay. Yepers. Yeah. See, that's it, you know? I think that's a problem with medical care in general, is that there is an assumption by a lot of people, and unfortunately a lot of doctors, is that they know everything. And because they know everything, your input into the process, despite it being your body, has no bearing on anything. Right, and so it's... Alright, so then this goes this way. I think that's right. Goes that way. Yeah, I think this is looking right. Stair. And unfortunately, I don't think a lot of people are trained to ask those questions. Right? It's one of the things... Yeah, that center post is a little funky, but I think for Minecraftian... You know, in all honesty, I think I want to move this backside over a block. Slide the blue and all of this stuff over this way 1 and do it that way. Yeah, I think if we as patients were trained a little better to ask those questions of our doctors, right? It's the one thing I'm a big proponent of knowing what you're putting into your body. You may not understand everything, but kind of having some basic understanding of, hey, what are you pumping into my body, and is it healthy, and what are the side effects, and not just, oh, we're going to put you on this drug, but okay, yes, doctor, anything you say, doctor, because you know everything. But hey, I would kind of like to know, what is this, and why are you putting it into my body, and what do I need to worry about? See, you know, it's I'm all for, like, you know, I'm all for vaccinations and stuff, but I think it's a perfectly valid question to ask, okay, what's in this vaccine? Is there anything I need to worry about? You know, it's like they're finding with the COVID vaccine, some people are having a nasty allergic reaction to it. That's a good thing to know ahead of time. So that, hey, maybe if you have allergies to things, you bring an EpiPen. And they started waiting to let people go home until they're sure that they're not going to be allergic. That's a good thing to be aware of. I think that's good to know. I'm a little leery of vaccines that might use mercury in them. Hey, are we sure? So let's know what's in the stupid things. But because hey, guess what? Doctors are people too, and it's your body, so know what's going on with it. But oh right, oh yes, VBACs are hospitals hate those. Oh yeah, can't the actual birth. Yep, I can understand that. There are some hospitals that if you've had a C-section, they won't even give you the option to have it naturally because they have concerns of rupture along the C-section line, which understandable. Okay, so all right, so that's good. I'm going to need to, I think I just want to run some wall here. Right, see, and that's the thing. Hey, you're the patient. It's your body. What's going to work for you? And that, I think, is the biggest failure in medicine. And midwives, because of their history and because of their training, focus on the patient more than a lot of OBs will. Okay, so that, from this angle, kind of lines up. It's still a little bit off this way because it's not inset into the wall. Yeah, which it should be. Okay, which means all of this has to come out too. Okay. But yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like, oh, hi. And this is definitely an issue I don't think it's limited to just like the U.S. or Canada or anywhere else. It's just the United States or something. It's like, oh, yes. You hear about the Dr. God complex, And I've known some great doctors, but boy, it's so easy for them to fall into the nothing about medicine, therefore, take everything I say without question. But I have the same feeling about politicians too, so Okay, so yeah, that's looking a little bit better. Let's take out this diorite, put a little bit of grant. Okay. So, I keep forgetting. Haste is hasty. Should really listen to the ents. Don't be hasty. Okay. It's still a little off, but I think it's off. It's not as far off as it was. I suppose I could put a little more concrete, but I think that's going to be too blue on this side. If I take out this row here and put in concrete, I think that's just going to be a little bit too much blue. So, all right. Yeah, well, see, that's it. Doctors are very good at what they do, hopefully. You don't want a doctor that's not good at what they do. Yep. Oh, yeah, and... Oh, yeah, the emergency stuff is never fun either. But yeah, if having somebody who actually will advocate for you and say, yep, this is This is what my patient wants. This is what I want. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, see, that's looking right. That is indeed looking right. And I'll need to get, obviously, the spruce stuff across the top there, but that is the way that's supposed to go. Crickety crackety. Have an old backety. Okay, so yeah, it's coming at it from, this angle. Okay, you come at it straight from this angle. Yeah, it's a little off, but there isn't a lot I can do about that because of the, hey, it's Minecraft and it's blocks. And but I like what that's doing. Okay. And I'll need to get over here. So I think I want to play with these little designs and patterns and things, but I might want to try to rig one of those shields right in here. Now the hill comes up this way. Now I could terraform that hill out of the way. Explosives are a thing. Yeah, how many problems can be solved by the proper application of explosives? Wandering trader in your way? TNT. That'll take care of it for you. But yeah, I think for the most part, that's doing all right there. Okay. Yeah, so I can throw in a couple more patterns here. Oh, right. Oh yeah. Yeah, emergency C-sections. Not great. But yeah, it makes sense. Oh, here is something really bad. Yeah, let's solve this problem right now. Which, that's the one thing. I said doctors, they treat pregnancy like it's a disease, which is annoying when everything's going well. When things go badly, it can be really great. All right, so yeah, I got a bunch of garbage on me, but that's okay. I'll drop that off. Okay, so that's looking okay. Yeah, so I need to do some decorative stuff here, and then things are going to get all sorts of fun and funky over on this side. Yeah, this is definitely going to become part of the castle here. So in short, and I talked about it some the other day, but this is going to be castle. I'm almost this entire hill mountain thing, right? You can kind of see how steep it is. So coming across that way, right along the sides here, I'm basically going to turn all of this into a castle. So it's going to come around, and I'm just going to build it around this this natural hill shape, and that's going to give it the sort of the funky, sort of curvy. It's not squared off, except for a few places. But I like where that's going. So, all right, cool. I think by the time I get over there, though, I'm going to want to move my beacon. I really should focus on this side where this guy is living. And I need to figure out what to do with this arch. Because it's okay, but I can't put... Oh, maybe I could take one of those dragons, which would be cool. I could put... Actually, I could put could put a dragon on this wall. This wall. It has to be flat because of the fences. So, yeah. I'll have to play with that. Take some of those purple, let's say it's blue terracotta, technically speaking. Slide that through this way and, play with that a bunch. I mean a bunch. Let's take out this dirt, too. Hey, you know what's really cool? Shovels. Shovels are really cool. All right. Yeah. I think what I'm going to do too is I go through a bit of a terraforming project, which I've never really done a major terraforming project before. But I think a lot of this dirt is going to come out, and I'm going to replace it with stone. Stone, andesite, probably some cobble. All right, give this, just make it look stronger. Ha ha! Oh, right. Oh, yeah, that's nasty stuff. Yep, I can understand all of that. Yeah, because the surgery on a C-section, I mean, it is major surgery. I mean, you're talking about slicing you open across the middle and doing all sorts of stuff to get the baby out. I think I'll just put the iron there. But I mean, recovery from a natural childbirth is a lot easier. But when you have complications, well, it's complicated. Yeah, my wife miscarried 3 or 4 times, actually. And with our last one, she had a placental abruption, which is a really, really mild way of saying, hey, the placenta just ripped away from the uterus wall, and maybe you should worry about stuff. Yeah, that wasn't ideal. She was on bed rest for 6 months. Fortunately, that's all it was. So, yeah, it's not great. Honestly, again, if you things that are wonderful to happen to you during pregnancy, that's not one of them. Is having the placenta rip away. It's not great for the baby. Yeah, she also ended up with. It's kind of funny. This is one of those times when our doctor actually listened to my wife. Right? We were talking about how doctors don't listen. Oh yeah, that's a sign things went funky. See, with my wife, she has high iron naturally. So when she gets pregnant, you take your prenatals, and those are often high in iron because pregnant women tend to have their iron levels drop, and it's not great for the baby or the mother, for that matter. Problem is, because my wife's iron is normally a little bit high, the prenatal shot her iron levels up too high. They had too much iron in them. So we're talking to the doctor who said, you know what? Forget the prenatals. Go grab yourself a bottle of Flintstones vitamins and go with that. And it worked. It gave her the vitamins she needed without the extra iron that she didn't. And which is great because prenatals were like $100 a bottle or something. It was ridiculous. And the Flintstones were like 15. So it's for 400 of them or something like that. It's so yeah. Big fan of doctors listening. All right. So, and yeah, you get a good doctor, man, things can go so well. Not just with pregnancy, but with anything. When I went, well, yes, of course. Well, that's the thing, though, is when you get towards that last, basically that last month of pregnancy, contractions are fairly common. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm having contractions. It's like, yep, okay, Braxton Hicks, no big deal. You'll get them. That's normal. Your body's sort of warming up to the idea of giving birth. Okay, cool. It's like, wait a minute, doc. This is a little bit more than that. Yep. And that's true, though. That's true. At 18 weeks, that's not normal. That's a bit early. That's a sign. It's like, hey, doc. That's one of those things. If it's your first pregnancy, it's hard to. What is this? But when you've had them before, it's like, hey, doc, I'm having contractions. It's 18 weeks. Should we be concerned? Most doctors will say, yes, this is a problem. Let's see what we can do about this. So, yeah, those are... And that's why it's like, hey, if you get a good doctor who listens to what's going on, it makes everything so much better. It's one of those things. I don't recall putting that stick in there, but maybe I did. Okay, let's grab the rest of this stone. And I'm almost out of stone. Let's see if I have any more stone bricks. I don't think I do. Got some smooth stone. Oh, yeah, UTI. Okay. Yeah, those aren't fun either. Yeah, and then, oh, look, hey, this actually turned out to have been a serious thing. So I had one of those moments where it's like, I said I was dealing with my thumb. It was hurting all the time, right? As I mentioned before, it turned out to be arthritis. I'm talking to my doctor. He says, oh, yeah, sounds like arthritis. Soak it in ice water for a short amount of time. You know, it's like 10 minutes every day for the next 2 weeks. It's like, okay, this seems a little trivial, but we'll do it. In that case, it worked. Because he actually knew what he was talking about. You know, it's like, when they don't listen, though, you end up with weird complications because, hey, doc, if you'd listen in the first place, this doesn't feel good. This doesn't feel natural. What's going on? Yeah. So this has been a really upbeat and positive stream today. So yes, if you're out there, you're dealing with medical issues, you know, talk to your doctor and make sure they listen to you. Oh, right. Yep. Okay, so I think I want the top of this castle. I don't know that I want it up as high as I've got it. Let's see what happens. Let's bring this side up this way a bit. Oops, that bit does not belong there. Though I still want it. Come back here a bit. Okay. Okay. Oh, speaking of just bits and random nonsense, I actually have been starting to upload videos to TikTok. For those of you that care about all these newfangled social media things. I also will, it's basically little clips and stuff from the stream. Whoa. I also post a combined highlights reel of all of those every week. So, smacked my mic, sent it across the room. Not quite the way I wanted that to happen. TikTok is that dangerous. It causes microphones to go flying across the room. No wonder politicians hate it. Okay. All right, so that's going to happen that way. I need to take out this dirt, which is definitely going to be in the way of this whole castle dealy bob. All right, how's that for size? Okay, I think that's okay. Is it? Because that's going to spread across here. I'm not sure if that's going to be too squat. If I need to make it taller, which I absolutely could do. I'm all about the mega build for this thing. Said I think the castle, its inner workings, a village on the outside. This is basically going to be my project for the year, I think. Okay, and I'm going to just fall down on the ground where. But yeah, and I'm glad things worked out though with your son and figuring all that stuff out, because man, that just gets messy. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, I've got one extra block. Ta and da. All right. Need to go get some more to fill that stuff in, but this is doing okay. All right, so let's. All right, I think I'm gonna get some stone. I need. Oh, actually, before I get stone, let's go pick up one of those shulker boxes. You know the boxes I've been just randomly filling with garbage? I need to not be filling it with garbage, you know? Just, I guess this is now my random building blocks box, because rhyming is cool. Alliteration is fun. And if you can rhyme and be illiterate at the same time, oh man, poets will jump out of their skin and celebrate your awesomeness. Or they'll groan at your bad puns. All right. Since this has become random dirt box. Okay. So I'm going to head to my storage. Oh, yeah. The Grand Canyon was good. And that was actually, I think it was a couple of years ago now. I'm just being back to the same spot. Yeah, Grand Canyon was good. It was a big hole in the ground. But yeah, super impressive. Super impressive. So was it? Yeah, it was. It was fun. It's one of those times where you look at it, this actually is truly awe-inspiring. You hear that about stuff a lot. That was actually the case. All right, let's grab some more of these, some more of this stone, because I need a lot of it. Okay, that'll work. All right, so I'm going to take a quick bio break, go to the bathroom, refill my water. Be back in just a moment. I'm going to fire off an ad. Maybe it plays, maybe it doesn't, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, did I hit the right button? No, I hit hi. We'll go to the webcam for a minute. Okay. Oh, I'm back. Yeah, so Grand Canyon was fun a couple of years ago. Now, here's the thing. The Grand Canyon is, in fact, a very large hole in the ground. I'm afraid of heights. There are a couple of those places where the path goes, oh, here's path, here's cliff, and it's a couple thousand feet down. And I'm just going to say nope. Noped out of that hard. Yeah, so it was fun though. Also, oh yeah, that was my nephew, and of course he's 4 years old. He has no sense of personal anything. So yeah, he was. We kept a close eye on him. It was good. I dropped the shulker box off too, since well I'm thinking about it. But yeah, that was a fun trip. Yeah, I had fun too because we were out there visiting family and stuff as part of that trip, sort of a family reunion type thing, and so hung out with my in-laws. But also, they have an airplane museum and graveyard in southern Arizona that I went to with my brother-in-law. Actually, two brothers-in-law, in fact. Because as I said, I'm all about airplanes. And that was fun. Hey. It's like, oh, check this action out. One of these days, I want to get out to DC and hit the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum. You know, I'm making a mob farm right here, apparently. I need to be sure to get some torches into this. Otherwise, this is going to be a real problem. As long as I don't roof it, I guess it'll be okay, right? Sure. It'll just be full of creepers and spiders and things, and that's safe. So, totally safe. Okay. Alright, so that's going to go in there. Alright, so let's take a quick zoom out here. Okay, is that big enough? Let's hop down onto the ice. So if you're... Yeah, I think that'll be okay. I said I may want to put some castle-type turrets on that. But man, the polar bears are going to have a great view of this castle. I'm at the... Oh, so I've got several. I've got 3 different monitors. 2 are Asus, one's a Samsung. 2 of them are like a 28-inch, and then the Samsung's a smaller, it's like a 24-inch. And let's see. Do I have anything here I need to not have on screen? Make sure I don't have a password or up or something. I was going to take a screenshot of real life. That's not how it works. I'll have to drop a picture of it in... I'll drop that in the sub chat later. But yeah, basically I've got... It's like, I'll take a screenshot. Yeah, because that shows everything. Too much time online. That's what it is. Totally works. Yep. So basically, the way I've got it set up, and depending on what you're seeing where, because I've changed things a couple of times. Actually, there is a more recent picture. Let me double check. I think it's in the subscribers channel in the Discord. Scroll back a little ways. Yeah. Yeah, because that's what it is. The way things I'm set up now. I've got 3 monitors. The top monitor, so I've got 2 monitors on one side, and then 1 monitor on the right. On the left, the top monitor is my game. So that's why I've got Minecraft on. The second monitor is chat, and my bot stuff. So I've got all that going. And then on the right-hand monitor, I've got OBS and the Twitch dashboard. And I've got Discord as well up on my chat side. Okay, so yeah, so I think this is going to work. So I think what I'll do here is let's finish coloring inside the lines first, and then I want to do some decorative stuff on this castle. Yeah, because I think the one I've got is in the subscriber chat in the Discord. And for those of you who want to subscribe, if you're subscribe on Twitch or at Patreon, at patreon.com/musicfreegaming, you could see this picture too. But it's and with that promo, I've totally lost the plot here. All right. Well, I'm sure it was totally important. Oh yeah, so that picture, it's I've got Twitch Sings up in that screenshot or that photograph. It's not exactly a screenshot. It's a picture of my screens. Is that a screenshot? Sorry, not sorry indeed. In this case now it's just Minecraft, but so yeah, it's just fun and excitement. Try to, and every once in a while I'll play with it and say, okay, what do I need to see? What do I not need to see? MIU has a really nice dashboard that pulls up chat, an events list, as well as its internal redemption store, and a couple of action keys if I need them. Which is nice. And then, of course, got Discord. And that way I can see what's going on with the chat fairly close to my actual gameplay. Because as I've moved the chat around a few times, like, okay, where can I actually see it the easiest, you know? Okay, yeah, so this is going to slide over this way. Because I do want to be responsive. Oh. Huh. Well, that's a problem. We'll go with it. This wall sticks out further than this wall. I guess that's okay. Since I think I'm going to turn this bit of stone into a tower anyway, I think that's going to work out just peachy. Oh, yeah. It's going to be fine. So fine. All right, so we'll just get this stuff in there. Oh, yeah. Well, you know. As I've slowly weaned myself off of social media, fewer of those things are around, but I've come to the conclusion in my life that, with the exception of promoting the stream, I mostly don't use social media. You know, occasionally I'll throw something up on Facebook, but you know, I think for the most part, most social media does more to promote negativity and division than it does togetherness. So I'm slowly getting off of it. I mean, there's some things I can't get off of it completely. I still have to have a Facebook account to make to do Instagram stuff to promote the stream. Same with Twitter. Even though I really have no real desire to be on either of them much anymore. Okay. Well, that's about it, you know. And it doesn't help that for the last several years, politics has gotten so ridiculously divisive. It's part of the reasons I got out of it, because I used to stream, I used to do podcasts and stuff and talk politics. And I love political theory, hate politics. You know what I mean? It's like, I love studying, the proper roles of government and things like that. I hate talking to people about politics because we're dealing with politics because people are jerks. I was talking with my kids the other day. Says the problem with most political systems is that they're governed by people, and people suck. So, and I mentioned in a couple of the subscriber blog posts the problems with like fandom. And I was talking about it with Star Wars. Oops, this way. Star Wars, you either love something. To be a true fan, you have to love something or hate something. There's nothing in the middle. And how dare you like this movie that is universally hated? I like the prequels, but everybody rips on them. I think they're starting to get some love now that the generation that grew up with them are now hitting that age where they're looking back on them with nostalgia. Yeah, I like The Last Jedi. I know not a lot of people would agree with me, but but it became so divisive when it gets to the point where you're making death threats to an actor because you don't like what that character did. You've gone beyond any amount of fandom. Right. And I think social media has encouraged that. Because it's the hot take culture, it's the otherization of others. All that fun stuff. And yeah, I do have two cats. At least while they're still around. They're both very old. They're nice cats. I like them, but they don't always like me. But and I'm allergic to the stupid things. It's a mild allergy. It doesn't bother me too much, but most of the time. All right, where are we at light-wise here? Obviously, the walls are a death trap. But let's at least get the floor of this area lit up. But yeah, my oldest cat is, what is he now? 18? Is that how old Sam is now? So, yeah. My cat is old enough to get into certain narcotics. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there are a few of those nights like I have been up way too long and okay. Yep. Yep, and I used to be one of those people too. It's, I've got to post about everything. I made that mistake with Harry Potter. I was sitting down reading the 7th and final book had just come out. Yep. Yep, that sounds right. I've done that a few times. So the Potter 7 came out, and of course I had been reading and rereading the series over and over to that point, and was very excited when it came out. I can't remember if I got it the day it came out or maybe the next day, but I was super excited to finish it. So I read that entire book in one night. started reading, I think, that, Saturday or whenever morning we got it. Read it through, finished it about 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Then, yeah, suffice to say, I was not awake for the rest of that next day. I needed a nap. That and Potter 7 has a couple of kind of confusing parts towards the end of the book, which made zero sense to me as I was dealing with it at, dark 30. Yeah. You did that with the Order of Phoenix. Nice. Yep. My wife is just, maybe I want to wait till the rest of the series is out before I read it. So when she read Harry Potter, all of the books were out. She didn't have to wait for any of them. Yeah, my dad said, here, this is a series you might like. He got me the box set of all of the books. It was books 1 through 4, because that was all that was out yet at the time. All right, so I'm going to just bring this up. This one doesn't need to be as high, this wall. It looks like I'm taking it up one more block. So that's fine. We'll go this way. I may want to bring that over just a little bit too, just to keep the critters from walking in. It's a wall. It's designed to keep everybody safe and sound and keep out the annoying creeps. Okay, so do I have a box that I've got gravel in? Gravel. Okay, well, that's apparently not. Oh, yes, there's gravel. Ha-ha! It's like when you feel like you need a sorting system for your temporary block storage, maybe you've got too many boxes or something out and about. Of course, the fact that I can teleport back and forth to my storage has not stopped me from accumulating shulker monsters. All right. Cool. I suppose I should light this up too, but... All right, so this is going to be the basics. The way I've got this wall, actually... All right, what was I thinking? No, seriously, what the heck was I thinking? Because I'm building with the terrain, so I don't want to tear out too much of this, which means this wall's going to have to come up this way. Yes, that was a weird wrapping job. Yeah, it was fun because it was totally unintentional, and I'm not the best person when it comes to wrapping gifts. But that one managed to wrap in such a perfect way that I don't know whether it was a snowman or something on the wrapping paper. And it just ended up perfectly centered. Yep. But also, I typo all sorts of things anyway, so... Yeah. If you've ever seen me type... Heck, you see him occasionally in Discord and in chat. I try to type correctly, but... I try not to... I believe in proper spelling and grammar. Bad at it. Actually, I just posted... That was the video. I think I posted it on TikTok this morning. It was like grammar and I have decided to see less of each other. Something along those lines. Okay, so... This part is just tedious. Every once in a while, I look at this and say, you know what would be really helpful here? A fill command. You know how hard I'm going to have to fight to not do that when I'm on on a world I actually can have creative on. That's all right. Here we go. Now I said all of these walls I need to come back through and mess up. This one less so because it's already got a bunch of stone going on here. You know, it's yeah, I don't take a lot of pictures of food, but every once in a while. It's fun. I make a breakfast skillet thing every week or week and a half, something like that, a couple weeks, and just divvy it up and throw it in the freezer. And it's a nice little thing. It's chorizo and potatoes, eggs, beans, sometimes peppers or salsa if I'm feeling I want a little extra spice that week. The problem is the chorizo. When you pull it out of the package, sometimes it just looks like someone took a large poo in the frying pan. That becomes somewhat less appetizing. Okay. All right, so we'll get some of this brick in here like this, and like, well, not quite like that, but okay, so this is a good time to take a nap. Oh, right. Ah, yes. Yeah, they're basically s'mores brownies. And yeah, they are really good. See, I make the mistake of looking at desserts on Pinterest, and then Pinterest decides I want to see pictures of desserts and dessert recipes. And then I have to make those too. Pinterest is I can't blame Pinterest for the reason I'm fat. I'm fat because I like to eat desserts. But they are so delicious though. All right, so let's take a look at this tower that's going to come up here and then figure out, because right now I've got a giant stone box, right? This is, in fact, a stone box. It's what I built. It's what I wanted to build. But it is a giant stone box. All right, that's definitely gonna need some work on it. So let's see what I want to make the outside of this box look like. Now one of the things I can do is I could, for example, take the corners out. So the building is more of a rounded rectangle rather than just a box ready to ship. The other thing I might do here, let's see, what if I were to, let's do this. Let's bring out a tower. Come on, click. Thank you. Let's bring this out this way a bit. Yeah, maybe I'll come out 2 blocks. Or 3, actually. 2 and then the thing. Okay, how far is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 5. All right, how is that for tower size? That's actually not too bad. That's not too bad at all. And I could... Problem is it sticks out a little bit. Maybe a little bit too much. But I could kind of go with that, though. Yeah. I mean, it's a Halo right now is what it is, but you know, it's okay. Yeah, yeah. Do this. So let's go. I'm going to go ahead and round these rectangles off here this way. Oh, come back here. Go. Okay, I'm going to just sit here and smack my head on the underside of the tower because leading experts say hitting your head on the underside of your building is the best way to get a Minecraft build. Okay. Or maybe one that works well. I don't know. Okay, so actually, that's not too bad. Maybe I want to slide it. I want to slide this back a little bit. Yeah, I think so. I'm going to go ahead and take this. Move this back this way. All right, so this will go something along these lines. I'm going to take this row out so I remember where I'm at because I will totally forget. Okay, and I'm going to take the corner out. I like how selective physics is sometimes. Yeah. The player falls faster than the blocks, which I guess is okay. But makes absolutely zero sense. Of course, most of Minecraft gravity makes no sense, so we'll go with it. Meanwhile, I'm also going to take this block out to immediately replace it because that seems like the thing to do. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just going to have this stick out just one block from the edge of the wall instead of two. And I think I need to extend this guy out this way. Yep, those blocks are in the right place. And by the right place, I mean absolutely the wrong place. This build is brought to you today by Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated. I liked Phineas and Ferb. That was a fun show. Doofenshmirtz is just silly. For someone to describe, if he was in D&D, his alignment would be chaotic stupid. Okay, so this is going to come like that, and let's drop a block. Yeah, let's continue this. Okay, that is almost the right place for that block. Not quite, but almost. It tried really hard, that block did. I think it's not going to get a participation trophy, but because it really didn't try that hard, but oh, I kind of like that. I actually really do like that. And if I don't have the fence post, but that could be fun. Of course, if I'm going to put crenellations on this thing, that tower is now totally wrong. But all right, let's take this tower out. Ah, yes. Make food, throw it at your kids. If you give them a little warning first, it's less fun. You really want to just surprise them with food flying at them from across the room. That is, in fact, from what I understand, the best way of feeding children, especially if they're teenagers. So yeah, that would be the way to go. I know. I'm not being sarcastic at all. Chuck food at your teenagers. You know, it improves their reflexes and feeds them at the same time. That's really the ideal. You know, it's really the best of all worlds when it comes to childcare and behavioral improvement. Okay, so let's see. Put this stone right there. Okay. For the record, I am joking. I am not responsible for any injuries sustained from food thrown at your teenagers. Okay, that's on you. The food might be on the teenager, but anything else could potentially be on you, and that would be just messy. So, let's put a little dirt back in that gap. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I like the slightly rounded that this has given me. Now, where things are going to get fun, as I come tear out this section of stuff here, and take out the coal, because I want to burn torches. Of course, this is really good coal. It burns forever. You make torches out of it, it burns forever. You don't have to worry about it. Okay, so let's see. If I come out... Basically, I want to sort of match what I did over here, which I don't remember what it was. So, yeah, 2 blocks. All right, cool. So it's basically 1 block out, and then it's a block plus slabs for the second layer. So the reason I want to do this is I want to get these crenellations in place. Because that will then help inform if and where I put towers. Now I am putting one over there. That's going to be the main gate into this this little fort. All right, so this is going to slide out that way. Sure. Okay, that makes some semblance of sense. Why not? Okay. All the stone, all the brick, all of the haste. Oh yeah, gotta be careful when you have haste on a pickaxe, especially one that has some form of efficiency on it, because man, things can get crazy. Yeah, and I definitely need to sculpt this arch and do some other things with it. But for now, crenellations. That's stone. I'll leave it. Why not? Because it'll look silly. That's why. But I'm doing it anyway. That'll show you. I don't know what it will show you, but something will be shown. All right, now, oh, I'm going to need some more slabs, but we'll start with this. All right, because I did do the slabs all the way around, right? Yeah, and then it's potentially slabs or blocks on top. Okay, cool. I'll remember sometimes. I remember sometimes, and then I forget my lines. This song is really, really dumb. It will be great when it is done. Okay, let's get back over here and make some more slabs. All right, so we'll just ding. That seems fair. Oh, you know, that is stone brick and not steak. Hopefully you can tell the difference between stone brick and steak. If your steak and stone brick look that much alike, I think you need to have a couple of words with somebody who knows how to actually cook. I'm not saying your cooking is bad. I'm just saying you might want to talk to somebody about it. All right, so let's go ahead. Now, here's where things get really fun. So if I step out 3 here, 2, 3, 3. Now, I've totally not counted this out at all, so I have no clue if this is actually going to match or not. Heck, you were here with me while I built this wall, most of you out in chat, so... Okay, so what we've got here is a wall that doesn't fit. But that's okay. We'll go with it. This might work, right? At least that's the plan. 1, 2, 3. That way, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Whoop. Up we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, this is why I took band, so I could learn how to count to 4 repeatedly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. But also, marching band also helped me learn how to be in the wrong place. So, yeah. So that goes there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. Okay, because I can't count. And say this is why I'm not in band anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now this ends up going at an angle. So, oh. Yeah. All right, no, I think that's good. No, it's not good. I didn't put the slabs over here. It's like working at fast food and not getting the burgers in place, which are not that far different from actual slabs. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and run this around, even though I know that I'm going to take out some of it as I put this tower up. But that's the place. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Mommy, why can't Dad count? It's because he has a degree in mathematics, honey. 2. Yeah, it turns out I went through my last year of math. I don't think we did arithmetic. I don't think we did regular arithmetic. Let me put it that way. All right, so I think that's okay. So that brings the castle out. Let's jump back out here to our iceberg of viewing. Yeah, it's not too bad at all. Now, I also had an idea, speaking of terraforming. I'm going to fill this gap in, right? There's this little gap that leads over here. And I'm going to fill this gap in. So what I have is a giant bowl. Then I'm going to fill it with cereal. Probably Cinnamon Toast Crunch with chocolate milk. And put myself into a food coma for about 3 months. Okay. No, so I do want to fill this in. I might leave this. Technically, this is interesting. This is river biome. I might leave this. I might fill it in. I am going to leave that open. So do all that because I had a thought, which is always a little scary when I start thinking about stuff. And I thought it would be fun to fill this in with a little bit of, or a lot of, glass and make sort of a, fog layer type effect thing going down this way. All the way down to the top of the water. And then I was thinking what I might do if I get bored someday is take this section of river, because it is a river biome, and turn it into a really inefficient squid farm. Why inefficient? Because there's ocean everywhere. I don't need black ink because I can buy that, or black dye I can buy, but occasionally I do need some ink sacs, which I can't get in town. So yeah, sort of fill that in those sorts of ways, right? Sure. I don't think of sea turtles as being cold ocean critters, but I guess they are. It's all right. Good for them. Turtles are lovely. Okay. And then, yeah, so I fill that in. I continue some walls around this way. Put a little bit of a tower or fort or some dealy bob over here. It's all about the dealy bobs, Run wall across this way, and, it's great. All right, so what to do about this tower? All right, I think where it sits, I think this is a little bit narrow on this side. So I want to bring it out. Let's bring it out to about here, I think. Okay, and now let's bring it to here. And then something along those lines. Okay. Is that too wide? Yeah, it might be a little bit too wide. Now, I'm going to fall. I'm just going to sit down here for a minute and enjoy the view of stone bricks. One of these days I'll be able to stand on this wall. I am not Samuel the Lamanite. I am more Humpty Dumpty, falling off the wall. Okay, so let's see. We've got this. I think what I want to do is bring it in one block. Okay, so let's go and take that out. Just as I'm looking at it, I think I want to take this. Yeah, I almost just want to take it right across here, which is a little bit. Whoop, all right. It's a little bit weird because it's right along the top of the hill, but I think that's going to make more sense. All right, so let's come back here to the land of perpetual daylight because of all of the torches. Well, most of them. I suppose I could still get drop creepers from that area up there, but... All right. Here we go. Hopping up. Now, I think what I want to do is I kind of want to follow this up here a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this up that way. And then I want to take this up. Yeah, maybe the 3 blocks will work. Okay, and now let's do 4 blocks. I might want to make this just a touch taller, but we'll start with that. Actually, I think that's going to be okay, because then, yeah, this is going to come up this way. Yeah, and I think if I come in there and put some stairs in selective places, that's going to be perfect. Okay, now let's bring this up this way just a bit. Okay, because I think I'm going to want this tower to tower. I think I want it to come up above the top of the this fort here a little bit. And that'll be good. So, let's see. If I come it this way, this is sort of... Actually, let's take this out. 1, 2, 3. And yeah, all right. Sorry, I am now fighting with myself. Where do I want this? Where do I want this curve to go? Okay, because this is going to be wall. It's going to come this way. But I do want the rest of this tower to come in this way and sort of curve around and still look like tower. Okay. And that is going to be a little weird. Okay, so let's... I think maybe what I'll do is I'll build it from the top. So that's 2, and then it's 3 back. Okay, close enough. Okay, so again, it's important to put blocks in the right place. It's my failing. One of many, I'm sure, but okay, so yeah, the catch is, how do I want this to split the tower? Now, what I could do is actually make it a little bit wider on the bridge side than on the outside, which has something to recommend it. I do kind of want this. I like how this is splitting the tower. So I almost want it to split the tower in half. So maybe I'll just mirror the rest of this build on this side like this. So that goes up that way. Sides back 2. 1, 2. And of course that will go up. And of course that also will mean carving out a lot of this stone here too. So, which is absolutely fine. Make this work. All right, so that comes out. These are in the wrong spot then. Okay, so this goes 2 blocks this way. There's 2. And then comes back 3 blocks. That's 1, 2, 3. That puts it here, which I think then comes up just to that point. Not quite, it looks like. All right, well, let me do the bottom then. So this comes out, that comes out. Okay, so what is it on this? Oh, right, there's a single block. Right, that goes there, and then this comes out here. That makes sense. Haha. Sense has been made. Or, something. Okay, so this then comes up this way, just like that. This slides across that way. Nope. Hi, I have screwed it up again. It's because this side is too wide. What am I... Okay, let's just take a moment and figure out what the heck am I doing? Oh, right, okay. That's why. Those 2 go there. Okay, so that goes that way. And that goes up. This one is in the wrong place. Okay, cool. All right, so now if this goes back and then it goes back, it's 2 blocks and then it widens. So 1, 2. So this is wrong. Okay. And then it widens. Awesome. Now up here, this is going to come up this way. I see it. I almost see the code in the matrix. There's a definite almost happening here. Okay, so this is going to come up like that. Great. Except I think this needs to... I think this needs... Those blocks need to come out. Now, I do have a little bit of stuff that's going to meld in over here, but I'll worry about that in a little bit. And then this, I think it's going to come up this way, and then some more stone blocks, and... Okay, cool. And then this stone still slides this way, which is okay. And if I actually bring this wall here, something along these lines, run it just across this way, because at some point I need to connect the width of this bridge, right? Connect it to the side of the tower there. And I think maybe what I want to do with that is, let's do it this way. Okay. So I'll just bring it up like this. All right. That stops anything from hopping over, which is, again, the idea behind a wall. Okay. Somebody skilled at Minecraft could parkour that, but that does not include creepers. So creepers are bad at parkour. Which is something to keep in mind, right? Creepers, bad at parkour. Okay, and I don't want this wall to go up too much higher than this, so I think this will be the top of the wall, which I believe is the same height. Let's see. This is 81. And this is also 81, so yeah, so 2 blocks up. All right, so this will go this way. Cool. All right, so we've got ourselves this nice little area here. This lovely bridge that will get us safely from this castle to that castle and, you know, everywhere in between. Turns out there aren't a lot of places in between, but it will absolutely get us there. You know what might be cool? Just as I'm looking at this, what might be really cool to have here would be a garden. Right, so just in this walkway, load it up, make it a garden. It could be really, really awesome. We have to... you know, just because you have to walk between buildings doesn't mean it has to look stupid. I mean, it might, but it doesn't have to. Something that campuses and outdoor malls have been doing for years, right? All right. So, okay, we got good things going so far. All right, let's come fill this in and see what else is going to happen here. Also, let's see. We'll just run this across this way. Yeah. This, oops, well, I'm going to also just randomly place blocks in the wrong place. I'm good at that. It is my skill. If you need someone on your Minecraft build team to randomly place blocks incorrectly, I am your man. I am here for that. All right. Cool. Oh, yeah. Drop a few, take a few stairs here, right? Drop a couple of stairs here like this. Oops. Maybe facing the right direction. And then some stone brick wall on top of that. That's going to be cool. And then I just need to come out here with some, maybe a few slabs and a few other things, but I like where this is going. So it's going to take a couple of slabs that way, just for grins and giggles, as they say. All right, so I'm going to take this out. Be sure to sneeze. Sneezing is very important. And aside from clearing your sinuses from unwanted pests and other weirdness, it might also clear your mind and help you be a better builder. I don't know. Okay. 2, 3. Now this is... That gap's a little wide, but it's okay to figure out something. Okay, we got so that stair will go there. All right, and now I need to completely redo all of these blocks. Because what I want to do is I want to key off the tower on this side. And that unfortunately means that all of these blocks are off by a little bit. I think it's only one, actually, but I'll figure it out here, right? All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, was in fact 4 blocks gap and not 4 blocks total. 4. Okay. Okay, now those are different because the angles, of course, change things. Remember, when you're talking the 45-degree angle, 2 blocks equals 3. Okay, so like this 2-block gap, because it's like the 45-degree angle is the same as this. Now, technically, this block is back one from being the pure 45, but close enough. It's Minecraft. You can only be so precise. If you want real precision, this is not the game for you. Okay. Okay, I think that angle is going to work. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine. All right. 1, 2, 3. There we go. 1, 2, 3 there. 1, 2, 3 there. 2 there. All right. That actually lines up better. And yeah, I think that's going to work pretty well. So if you're coming out of the castle over here, right, you're looking up. Said I'll get some stone brick wall to put on top of that, and then probably a couple of end rods just to extend that pillar up that way a little bit. But otherwise, that's pretty good. And now I can take out. Oops. Too much. Take out too much. Just take out some of this brick that I left over here, thinking that this is where the tower or the wall or something was going to be. Okay. cool. So now we've got this tower sort of grown out. I may carve down this mountain just a little bit, just to. In fact, let's go ahead and do that here. Just carve it down just a little bit. Just want to give it a. So it's not quite so high up. I still want this sort of. I want this hill to look like it's sort of swooping up as part of this tower. Okay. Yeah, see, that's looking a little bit better. I may still take down a couple of blocks, but so far it's not too bad. All right. So yeah, this is doing okay. So yeah, I've got the mountain hillside coming up, sort of melds into this this tower a little bit. And I may replace some of the stone here just so this isn't quite as flat. Or that's where I might carve the door, right? So the door into this tower may come through here. All right, and I need to remember where floor level is. I think this is it. That's 78. I don't remember. I set a defined floor level. I think there's one here at 82. So 78 might be wrong, might not. I don't recall, but I do know that I'm going to take out this row. Boy, just insta-mine the snot out of that stuff. All right, cool. And fill in. You always replace your divots. Okay, even when you're mining stone, if you accidentally remove part of the rock. All right, cool. So either this level or maybe down one will be the floor. But oh, that is going to be cool. I may have to carve out a little bit more of this mountain just to emphasize the tower on this side. But oops, come on. Up. You can do it. There we go. But on this side, yeah, check that out. Let's get over here with a little bit of the stone brick. Remember I said putting it on the dirt here will look a little weird? And that's why. It just looks like it's on dirt. I don't want it to look like it's on dirt, or even on gravel, for that matter. I want it to look like there's tower there, and it's being all towery. Because towery is absolutely a word. In fact, it does look better. Let's come over here. And just take out some of this too. All right, so this should be lovely. All right, I think this gravel, this should come out. And that gravel should come out too, but I'm going to replace it with stone. Okay, yeah. So this side, so one. So actually, I think, do I need to? I mean, other than the fact the tower is wrong, I think this block is wrong. Okay. Yeah, because it's yeah, it's just this side then comes up higher, I think, than that side. Something like that. All right. If it were perfect, it wouldn't be man-made. Or I'm sure that makes sense to somebody or other. But okay. let's see how this is going. All right, so that'll be good. I'll punch the occasional window in there. Yeah, it's okay. Two. Yeah, I feel like this needs blocks up right there. Okay, it would go back into the wall, but the mountainside is there, so you can't really tell. But that's good. If I were to carve out more of that stone, that would work out really well. But I think for now, it's not bad. That's sort of a fun little tower. I may carve that stone out too, but because I like the way the natural hill sort of grows up. Hi, what are you doing out here? Oh, fire coral. That's good stuff, I guess. But yeah. All right. So yeah, that's gonna be mostly okay, I think. Sorry, I just wanted to fill that in. It just seemed out of place, you know? Okay. Cool. Yeah, if this guy can get into the castle from over here, I know there's a problem. The wall is to keep out the salesman. That's... Yeah, I think I do want to take out a fair amount of this. But I'm not entirely sure how or why or what is going to go on. Yeah, and I like it pushing back into the rest of that castle. All right, cool. So that's what that side looks like. So over here, it still looks like a box. Though if I do some decorative stuff on the sides, like if I put the shields, right, those ones, those blue and red, yellow shields, like one on the sides here, maybe one in the middle, or maybe do a little something with the blue terracotta here. I think that'll work out pretty well. It's looking not too bad. Oh no. 8-year-old found a voice changing app. You have my deepest sympathies. And yes, that okay, cool. So I don't have any stone. I don't have any stone wall. So let's see if I think I have some in a box here, but here's the epic. I think I have it in a box search. Turns out I'm wrong. So that happens. I'm gonna grab 6. I think that's gonna be too much. Oh, look at all this stone wall I already had in my inventory. Cool. And I don't think I have end rods. Oh yeah, the voice changing apps. As if their kid's voice wasn't high, squeaky enough. Now we're gonna give them something else. Oh yeah, that's looking good. And then throw an end rod up there. Maybe a couple of them. Yep, I'm still trying to decide if I want to tear that out, but for now, oh, stretching. Oh, for now, that's good. Oh, Oh, and the over and over on repeat. Yes, we had when my oldest was knee high, she ended up with a Barney the dinosaur banjo. It didn't have actual strings. It came down sort of like a hollow lollipop. It had the circle for the banjo and then the stem, right? And then if you wiggled your fingers in the circle, the sensor would pick it up and it would play that stupid Barney I Love You song. Yeah, that was not nearly as much fun as you might think. Okay. This also kind of sort of looks like the castle's melting, which if I were a better builder, I would absolutely emphasize that. Okay, so from this side, it's looking great. And the getting the cliff face, seeing the natural cliff face there, right? So it gives the walls here a slightly different look, which is good. And yeah, I've put the shield on the sides. Do a little something here on the back. A little something something. And then maybe something fun along these walls. I have an idea, but I may do something else. Oh, yeah, not just the random gibberish. Yeah. Well, I know a thing or two about random gibberish. I've been on the internet in the last several years. Okay, is that the same? Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and just bring this wall down this way. Actually, I think let's make it, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to sweep this down, but I want it to be 4, I think, and then 2 and 2 and 1, I think is how I want that to work. All right, so how's that? Yeah, and then when I put some stairs on it, so that'll be 4. And then this will come down 1, 2. Yep, like that. And like that. So the only drawback right now is that this is high enough, things can just hop over it. But look, this is easy to change. Because, hey, I have a pickaxe and I know how to use it. Sort of. It's like giving a child a chainsaw, you never know where it's going to go, and it will probably cut off their foot, but okay, so let's go take some of this out there, and I want to take out this block. All right, so that's not too bad. I think I do want to, I'll come in with a little bit of shaping, and I want to do some other stuff happening over here, perhaps. Just to keep this, because I really don't want, I don't want things to spawn up here. So I may do a little bit of terraforming here. See if I can make this, just make this work. Okay. Now mobs can't just hop over. I can because I've got boost. Players can because they've got jump boost. But that's okay. There we go. Instead, I can tear that whole wall out. But for now, this isn't a bad little bowling alley almost. Sweet. I like it. This will be a fun walkway. If I turn this into sort of a park, oh, it's gonna look really cool, actually. Don't know how exactly I want to make that work, but I think if I do some decorative stuff along the walls, fill this in with grass, some flowers, some trees, and a bunch of stuff, just make this a nice, pretty walkway from this castle, of course, now that dragon is off center from the bridge. I don't want to move them again. I really don't. All right. And then this nice walkway leads over to whatever the heck this building is. And that'll be great. That'll be all sorts of fun. Okay. I said I'm going to build out some stuff there, do some terraforming, fill this in. And I do kind of want to put a little bit of something over here too. So, and this is what the set looks like from behind. So yeah, this is wonderful. Okay, I like where this is going. Also, I did look at the time finally and realize it is time for me to be signing off here pretty quick. But I like what's going on. I need to get some spruce so I can put that stuff in. I need to set up some decorations and things. Actually, because of the way this wall is shaped, I could even maybe slide that up a block and let it kind of curve up, do some decorative stuff along there. But yeah, this is turning out to be a fun little thing here. I like it. I like what the walls are doing. I like the shields. I said I need to do a lot of other decorative stuff all along and around and all this, but yeah, and then I need to do more with this arch because it's too square on this side for one. It just feels like it needs a little bit more something. I don't know what, but definitely something. All right, cool. Cool. All right, well, let's take a look and see if there's anyone around to raid, because that's always fun. Before I do that, let's whoosh on over here to the webcam, fire up the end credits, because y'all are awesome and amazing, and I always like to tell you that, because honestly, you are awesome and amazing, and I hope you really do understand that. I also remind you that I do have a Patreon. You can subscribe at patreon.com/musicforgaming for exclusive content and other fun stuff, or just follow me on the socials, which I can, hit the right button. There we go. I'll just bring up the credits over and over again. That's okay too. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Music for Gaming. Also now TikTok, which isn't on there yet, but should be. Excuse me. And all right, let's go see who's around to raid, because yeah, as I said, that is all sorts of fun. So let's take a look. Who's doing stuff? Oh, yeah, White Lion is starting up. What is she? Ooh, Soul Tundra might be fun. I haven't had a see. So White Lion's playing Stardew. Soul Tundra's playing Minecraft. I don't know. What do you think? Should we stick with Minecraft or head out to White Lion and some Stardew? I have not had a chance to raid Soul Tundra before. Maybe I'll do that. Let's see what she's up to, because that would be good. I think she's cool. She's a British. Oh well, no, she's indicated this is for mature audiences. So I think we'll not do that then. So she normally is family friendly. So we'll go raid White Lion. She's fun. She's playing some Stardew Valley. So we'll go kick a raid over there. So give her all your love and hey, I'll mute that. Give her all your love and until next time, be excellent to each other. This is Music for Gaming signing off.